Welcome back, fellow shop rats. Today we're back on the 69 Charger and we're going to start laying out some of the trim that's not been put on this car yet. Need to make sure that I know what each piece is, where it goes, what condition it's in, and make a game plan on what we're going to do to start getting the trim on this side of the car. The other side of the car is pretty well done, but yeah, so one of the things about the channel here is I do so much in-depth fabricating, deep restoration, rebuilding cars that we don't cover a lot of the really intricate little tedious details. And this car, obviously, if you look at it, requires some pretty intricate, tedious details. So we're going to go ahead and work on this and start laying out pieces and parts. I'll probably put a table up over here to put things on and we'll go from there. So yeah, let's get after it. I'm Mike.
This is My Cars Shop.
So one of the first pieces I grabbed was, these are called the check mark pieces. That one's got primer all over it, so I don't know if it's junk. We need to clean that up and see. That one there's got a lot of pitting, so that's going to be a polished job. I know that we had talked about replacing those or replacing one of them. I don't know, but yeah, so we'll look at those in a minute, but I just laid those in place where they go so we can start to get a feel for what's what and where things go. Then we have these two pieces here, which I don't know what that one's for. I grabbed it, but it doesn't fit. This is the passenger's door, yes, and that's an extra for the driver's door. So that one we can take back up to the warehouse. This is the one that goes on here. It does have a slight dent in it right there, so I'm going to go ahead and try to peen that out a little bit. It's got some scratches in it, so that's definitely a piece we can put on today. It has the clips and everything on it, so that's good. So we'll get that one cleaned up the best we can, and I believe these are stainless. Yeah, they are. So we can, you saw me fix a piece for the Challenger recently. I'm not going to get as crazy on this as I did on the Challenger. These pieces are super, super expensive, and my personal opinion is I'd rather have a small imperfection in it than take a chance on getting too carried away and damaging it and then having to replace it. So the nice thing is they're easy to pop off later if we need to, if we run across a better piece or if we decide we want to go ahead and take the risk. But the main thing is to get moving forward on assembly. The other thing we have here is the, what do you want to call it? It goes in the door opening here. So we're going to get that put on there. I also need to find that trim that goes on the, holds the vinyl top down. That's part of the reason I want to do this is this side of the car has not had this trim on there, and the vinyl is not really held down the way it's supposed to be, where this side has been done for quite a while and all that's on there. So one piece I need to find is this little swoop and this piece here for the other side. I see we didn't take care of some of these little dents over here either, so that's good. This one's nice, but okay, so I'm going to, I need to go up in the warehouse. I need to find the roof trim, and I want to find that swoop and the piece for the quarter panel right there. Most of the trim is on the top of the shelves here in the warehouse to keep it from getting damaged. All the heavier stuff is down here. So I'm going to not be able to film, but I'm going to get up there and find those other pieces. Hopefully we'll dig around, and we'll be back in just a minute. Obviously it's not in place, but I found it. I spent a long time looking for the little swoop. And there it was. It was already there. And then we've got the piece that goes down here that crimps on there like that, like so. And then we've got the piece that goes on here, like so. So I'm missing the little joint piece here, so I got to go back up there and find that. My guess that's in a box. I also found two more check marks. There's this one, and then there's another one that's broken. So unfortunately, that one over there is the one that's broken. And this one's not as pitted. We'll see if we can polish that up. We might be able to. So we'll work on that as well. And then, of course, we need the piece that goes along the bottom here. And we don't have that on either side yet. I think I know where that's at up there. Go back up and find those. The other thing I need to find is all the screws. I know we have them. I'm really surprised. I didn't remember we had 4 check marks. So we might be able to come up with something, even if it's temporarily, to make that work. that's exciting. All right, let's go back upstairs again. Well, I'll go. I'm gonna leave you down here. Okay, I found the rest of the broken checkmark piece, which doesn't really matter, but I did find it. It's also bent on this end. I found the little union piece that was in a box. I got a couple of containers of screws and stuff here. And hopefully all the screws we need are in there. I found the, is this it? No, here they are. These are the pieces that go along the bottom of the roof. So I need to make a decision on where we're going to start. And I think I know where I want to start. But we need to start cleaning stuff and polishing. So that's what's going to take the time. We'll be over there spending a lot of time in the buff.
They're spending a lot of time in the buff.
So I made the decision to go ahead and start with this piece. I think it's integral. I don't know. It's important to start with something, and that's definitely something. So let me mask up. And let's get after it. Now, the important thing to remember when putting the trim on here is you have to work it into the vinyl top first and then walk it around carefully and make sure you're down far enough. There we go. And then pick up so you don't scratch the paint, and then snuggle it down in, and then you'll have to kind of push it back into position like that when it's in there. So and that's about where it goes. So now we got to find the screws that go in here to hold it in place. But that looks really nice. So that'll be nice. Looks pretty. Looks nice. Looks pretty nice. So I think the next piece I want to do is this one here. So I'll go get that one polished up. I'm not going to share polishing everything with you because that takes a long time, but I wanted to share, how I was doing the one, so you got a good look at it. It looks nice. So it's got a little haze in it, but at least it's not purple. And I'll go over that with some mothers again because it's just got some wheel marks in it. But yeah, let's get this one on there now. Been working on a lot of trim stuff, and Challenger stuff just for fun, but we got a dent in this I forgot we need to take out. So we're going to try to work that out a little bit first. It's a tough one. That's for sure. It's in a tough spot. It's already looking a lot better. I just wished I had something a little smaller to work with. That might work. Oh yeah, there we go. Almost all gone. Very, very good. It's really hard to work in that because it's got that lip, that bends around. And boy, another one right there, just a little teeny one. And that's more of just a little low spot. That's gone. That's the thing about stainless is this stuff is only like 10 thousandths thick. It's very thin. It's just tough because it's stainless. So I'm going to leave that little bitty dimple because the other stainless isn't perfect. If I go too much on that, then I have to start filing it. I always risk damaging it, and I'd rather not do that. The car isn't perfect, so I'd rather leave a little imperfection in the stainless than get carried away and then cause a problem. There's a little teeny high spot there now. Boy, that is so minuscule. I could work it more. I'm just reluctant to. Part of it is I think it's under the edge a little bit. Yeah, it is. Wow. I'm leaving that. So let's go polish that up now. I'll show you what I did. I should have showed you before, but it had a big dent right there. Now it's just got a little teeny divot. So again, if we want to get crazy with it later, we can always pop it back out. Oh, I got another little low spot right there. Let's fix that real quick. And that's the thing about stainless is it doesn't take much to work this stuff out. You just have to be really careful and tedious and gentle. And that one's gone. So one little teeny little tink. I think we're good. I don't see any other little low spots. A couple little waves up there, but nothing to worry about. All right, let's go polish it. As I thought about it, I thought I would do a before and after video just so you can see the difference after it's polished. I should have done that before and after on the dent, but I didn't think of it. So, all right, that's how tarnished it is and scratched up. Let's go give her some polish. There we go, all polished up. If I wanted to get crazy, I could sand it with 1000 grit and then go after it again, but in the context of what this is, I think I don't want to make it look too good because, I mean, the car is gorgeous, but there's still, it's a driver quality show car, and I think this looks really nice, especially when you get it outside. So I'm trying to get all the little clips lined up now, get it in place because it just pops in there. Some of them are a bit on the stuck side. They're stucker than a stuck thing. That one in particular. There we go. Oops, that one's off. Okay, and then that one's off. Okay, there we go. Now hopefully everything falls down into place where it's supposed to without any major catastrophes. I think I'm going to get a pair of needle nose and just squeeze those a little bit to help them get in there so we don't take a chance on damaging that trim. I'm just using a little pair of needle nose like this to reach in there and just squeeze the spring clip a little bit. Hopefully help it fall into place. There we go. There it goes. Especially if you're using the old clips. It's a good idea to give yourself lots of margin so you don't screw something up. This one still didn't fall into place, did it? There it goes. This one here is not being a happy camper. Oh, that's why. As this one back here fell into place. There we go. And this one wasn't ready to go into place. There we go. Okay, that one's in. There we go. Now they're in all the way. We just got a little nut to put on the back, and we're good. A little arrow coil on the threads because they're a bit rusty. There we go. Now we should be in Lake Flynn. Just like downtown, it just won't be as crowded. There we go. Looks good. All right, let me wipe that down. So that's done. I did take some mother's polish and polish the haze out of that now. So that looks good. I think, I don't know if I'm brave enough to tackle that one or not. I mean, I'm brave enough to do it. I just don't know if I'm ready to do it. Those are a bugger. Got to think about that a minute. Just test fitting that piece before I do anything with it. It's pretty good. That's going to have to, I don't know if that needs to be sanded or not, but man, that looks nice, even though it's not even cleaned up. I don't think we have the clips for that, so that's kind of where my headspace is at the moment, is we need to get some clips for that. So we may have to make an order because I don't see any here. Okay, we're ready to put this on now. I got it polished up, and the overlap down here is around 1/4 of an inch. I just ballpark it, and then I start rolling it on. So it goes on the top first, and then you roll it around. And it's a challenge, but it's doable. I don't want to get it too on there yet because I need to make sure that everything up here is right. And of course, we need to make sure that our vinyl top is also in place and not causing a fit, which it is right now. There are times I wish I had a camera person because letting you guys see some of this stuff up close and personal would probably be helpful, but I don't. And so this is what we do. There we go. Now we're getting there. So hopefully, I think we're close. Let me check my two pieces here now, which is this one and this one, to be sure that they're going to go okay. I haven't polished them yet, but just want to be sure that my overlap is good. Where this little piece goes, yep, where it could come this way just a little bit. That's why we don't snap it on all the way. Okay, I could slid it forward a little, just a Nova Scotia. Whoop, 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 whoop. Good thing it didn't scratch the paint. Okay. She's not quite. Do I have that backwards? I got to go look at the other side. I may have that backwards. This may go under this, which means I have to take this back off. Nope, it doesn't. Okay, didn't think so, but I wanted to double check it. She's just a gigolo, and everywhere I go, make sure that does overlap a little bit, or that it's not just a butt fit, because it almost looks like it could just be a butt fit. Hold on. All right, there we go. She went now. They're just kind of a bugger, you know. You got to really work them in place. There she goes. And my vinyl is giving me fits here now. She's a bubbling, so see if I can pull that down. We need to pop that back out just a little bit, but let's see. Oops, wrong screwdriver. Okay, there we go. Yep, we're good. It's just She's a pot licker, is what I'm saying. As long as you get the vinyl in place and then roll the steel around it, it's not bad. It's not good either, but it's not bad. uh, we're good up to about here. The vinyl is fine. It's just not wanting to bend around that. I got an idea. I'll be right back. Forgot to turn the camera back on. Sorry. So what I did was I took a piece of wood and I just gently tapped it down here and then came under here and started pushing down and then took my hand afterwards and it just snapped in place. So that's done. This will be the last piece to go on right here. So let's get this piece polished now. Whew. Got that all cleaned up now, ready to go on there. So start at the bottom here, fold it around that lip down at the bottom there, get it in place. Kind of lather, rinse, and repeat. Wow, it's tight. Usually once you get it to pop in one spot, the rest of it goes easy after that. Getting that first spot to pop is a bugger. And I can see part of it is our vinyl is in the way a little bit, but I'm not too worried about that. We'll there she goes. Did she go? Yep. Everywhere but right in the middle. We use the long board so it doesn't bend the steel. Almost. One spot right there. There she goes. So you use the wood. It's a long surface of hitting, so it doesn't leave sharp edges and stuff in it. You still have to be super careful. Okay, there we go. All right, all we got is our little clippy thing here now. Yay, this will be fun. Not. Oh, whoop. I wonder if that needs to go down a little bit. We need to slide that down to give me just a little volumetric room. Ooh. I'm sure it goes over on both sides, and maybe I need to bend this a little bit because it does look to me to be a bit. Oh, that's why. Wasn't in there quite all the way up there. That's part of it. Very good. Extremely good. All right. So the next piece, I want to see about getting this track in the door. This piece here, which this needs to be polished up a little bit too, but I want to test fit it first. She kind of fits in there like so. Just like that. They say, just like downtown, it's just not quite as crowded. I wonder if that piece is supposed to be going. Guess I'm not totally sure. I feel like something is not right back here, but nope, that's what it is. Okay, we're good. We're good. Okay. So as soon as we get our screw holes lined up, and then we got to find some screws, of course. So I got to go look at the other side and see exactly how that goes. I apologize for the lack of camera angles, but I just don't have a lot of room right now to work on stuff. So you get what you get. And hopefully you'll enjoy it. Okay, there we go. I think we'll start with one up there at the top. Maybe. Need to get it started. There we go. Okay, good. Now it's hanging. That's what we want. I'll poop on the floor. I forgot to get it in the back. Oh, it ain't hanging right. There we go. Now we got it in there. And now we got it in there. Okay. Now let's get one of these back here in. Really hard to see. Let me get my light. Okay, there we go. I think. Still can't see because of all that daylight outside shining in my eyeballs. But I think we got it. Yep, it's pulling up. Very good. Okay. Feels like it needs to come this way more. Yep, there it goes. That's too far there, but back here it's fighting me, and I don't know why, except maybe for that thing right there. Okay, there it goes. Maybe a little bit too far, but there we go. We've got technology, and we can rebuild it. Well, I'll be dipped. Can't find the dang hole. Where are you there, little miss? Most of this trim was not on this car. It came off of a different one. We had a 70 parts car. And that's where most of this stuff came from, I do believe. We found one in a junkyard, and Joe picked it up for $1,000 and stripped it completely. It was fairly complete. It was just completely rotted into the ground, but it had all the trim, which is why he bought it. And then he sold it to a guy on the East Coast for $500, stripped out, just the shell with a couple of rotted doors. So he came out really good on that. He saved himself a mild fortune for sure. All right, I got to get a tool to find where that hole is. I think things are a little whacked out. There we go, looking good. This side of the car looks so much better now and so much more complete. So we need to make some decisions about, well, I got to polish that. I don't have enough spring clips for that, so we'll have to order some of those. And I got to give Joe a call and find out what he wants to do about these check marks. And then I think we'll figure out what we're doing for the rear window trim, and maybe we can get the back glass in yet this year. We'll see. I did polish that one up a little bit. It's missing one stud up there. I can probably JB weld something up to make that work if we need to, but we'll let him make that call. I don't know if this one will polish or not. I'm guessing not, but it still looks good. Again, the same thing on this side. There's only 2 clips holding that on because I couldn't find any more. So we also need to order some screws for the passenger side because I didn't have enough screws to put everything in permanently. It's just kind of put in. It's all in place. Oh, and I got to go upstairs and find the door seal, but that's no big deal. But it's looking really good. So I think the next step, I want to get the door handles on the car. So yeah, it's huge progress. Car definitely needs to be wheeled. There's some slight scratches in the hood and so forth. I think a critter got on it. It's one of the reasons I leave it uncovered, because I'm afraid if I put the cover on it, an animal will get in there and then just start really clawing, and that wouldn't be good. So I'd rather wash a little dust and dirt off of it in the spring than have it covered. And I've seen evidence before when we've had a cover on it of animals getting on it, and that's definitely not good. So yeah, looks good though. I really like the way it's looking, the way it's coming together. It's big progress. Well, that was fun. It's good to get more work done on that car. There'll be more coming on that again soon, real soon. There was something else I was thinking of needed to be done also. Oh, the vent wing windows need to be put in the door, so we can do that real soon also. So progress is always good. Thanks for being here. I appreciate it. If you haven't liked and subscribed, please do that. Share the videos on all your social media platforms. That really helps the channel grow. And we'll do one more thing before we're done here. And I don't want you to forget, because if you've not been around this channel before, it's something that's really important, and it can really make a difference in your life. Don't forget. Rock!